episode topic, which is freshman orientation. If your school has it. If you don't, this is a shame. Some schools have it, some don't. Some last an hour. It's kind of pathetic. You should have it. I don't know what you're orientating to if you only have it for an hour, but maybe North, I don't know. Some a day, and some like JMU does it for an entire week, which is pretty awesome. But if your school doesn't have it, you can just skip right now. You will learn nothing. But you might want to talk to your school after you're in it for a while and ask them if they might consider making one. It won't help you, but it could help other incoming freshmen, which, would be nice. I mean, what's wrong with helping other people besides you have to be proactive, which, part of being in college is not being proactive at all. No. You should try, but, yeah, like I said, this is not an ivory tower. Be a slacker, it's fine. What actually happens in freshman orientation, how long it is, it differs most likely from college. I've only had one college experience in freshman orientation. My system had a different one, which was nothing. If you go to Fordham, you will not have an orientation. But yeah, if you do, you'll notice. They're broad, very broad. You might be split into small groups. These should be orientated, like, you should be packed with roommates, or like people who are in your dorm. If you're not, I'm not sure the reason why. You should be either dorms or you should be in majors, and hand signals totally don't work. There it is. So I'll stop doing that. But anyway, you'll be put into small groups, and you will be doing icebreakers a lot. If you don't know what an icebreaker is, I'm sorry, you're about to enter the world of it, because college is full of it. I mean, you probably can have it. Almost every class will do one. Clubs would do it. Freshman orientation would do it. You also probably have a dorm orientation, which will do it again. But an icebreaker is some silly, ridiculous game where you supposedly learn about other people, but it's an entirely cute sensory overload situation where you will learn something. You will most likely forget it. You'll forget names. You'll forget majors. You'll forget your favorite food, and that's completely normal. Don't be embarrassed if you have to ask them again what their major is if you're talking to them. The only case that you'll remember something is if for some reason, which you should not do, is if the first day or you pick someone up, like, I'm going to watch them. Don't do that. No, just look at everybody. Don't. Yeah. But so yeah, icebreakers, a lot of them are dumb. I mean, some of them, chain wreck is a great one, which is when you take your shoes off, which is why you should always have clean shoes and wear socks on days we might have icebreakers, because if you have chain wreck, it could be embarrassing if you have smelly feet. Yeah, mature 19, 18-year-olds, and we're still complaining about smelly feet, but that's how life is. But anyway, chain wreck, for an example of one, is you put take a shoe off. No, you actually take both your shoes off. So I've only played like twice. And then some sense of minimum, like, I like cheese or whatever, and everybody who likes cheese runs out and goes to someone else's shoes who left. It's fun, it's entertaining. Again, you won't learn much. You won't, but it's fun. And there's a couple others. There's a lot of really bad ones that I don't get how they think it's fun, since they're most likely people who are leading these were probably college students themselves, and they've probably experienced them, and you think they would know they're bad. But never ever not do one. You are in college. You have the choice. You can skip out on all this stuff. This is not a good idea. You don't want to do it, because if you do, you won't be hanging out with the people that are most likely living in your dorm. I mean, there is absolutely no greater bonding experience in life than going through something incredibly bad with somebody. I mean, if first day thing you want to do is show bad horror movies, which is slightly off topic, but that is a great way to know people is get a really bad horror movie. Really bad any movie. I'd suggest Kiba 2, which is one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. It's really bad, but it's a great way to know people, and it applies to icebreakers. The worst an icebreaker is, the more you complain about it afterwards, and you'll get to know people that way. You also have events, so you can get to know the teachers in your majors, which will split you into major groups. They'll show you around the campus, which you should hopefully get a map as well. If you don't, they should give you a map. They'll give you guidelines. They'll tell you about, don't do this on campus, or otherwise you'll get suspended. But yeah, you can't get suspended from college. Forget about that. But yeah, there's gonna be events, and again, some good, some actually quite fun, some very, very, very bad, boring. And again, this is one of the situations where the boringness helps you get to know people. If something's great, you'll learn something awesome. Bad, you'll sit there through the entire thing. Hopefully, it's a big room, and you can go talk to people around you and be like, "This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I am so sick and tired here. I want to leave now." And they'll most likely agree. I mean, you're not going to be the only one. I mean, if someone for some reason is talking about the genetic code of frogs at orientation, which they really shouldn't be, but if they are, I mean, you'll find people who hate that right off the top, and you might get friends. Might sounds really, really not nice, but you'll probably. Speaking about friends, get email addresses, get screen names, since everybody uses AIM. Get just the screen names. I mean, you can look them up on Facebook later, but avoid that for now. Get to know them in real life. So no one knows anybody in college in freshman orientation, and you don't know anybody. Everybody wants to find someone to hang out with, so it's not hard. If you didn't have friends in high school, I mean, college is much different in that situation than it is in high school. But if you happen to do know somebody somebody from high school, especially if you're in a local college and you're friends with them, don't not hang out with them, because that's a huge mistake. But at the same time, don't hang out with them all the time, especially during freshman orientation. Hang out with new people. I mean, you can go a couple days without meeting up with your old friends, but if you have not talked to if you're not talked to the people around you, then you will have no friends if you have an issue with your friends from college, from high school, which unfortunately seems to happen quite a lot. It's a shame, but it happens. So yeah, it's really not much difference to freshman orientation. Then you have the events and the icebreakers, which are most likely the events. Get to know the people around you, find out what they hated about the orientation, and complain about it. It's a great bonding experience, like I said. And this is probably the end of the first and probably the last episode, because I am a complete slacker when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I'm most likely going to have to record this again, because I have no idea the volume of this thing. So